Hello, in this video, I'm going to be showcasing how to unlock the I Have the Power achievement in Legends of Kingdom Rush. This achievement requires you to have one character with any stat upgraded 3 times, which is the maximum that a stat can be upgraded to, during an adventure. So, this can be any of the 3 stats that you can upgrade, so that includes armor, damage, and HP. Now, I listed those in order of what you should try to prioritize in order to hunt for this achievement. Armor is definitely the easiest one to get upgraded. It's the cheapest one to purchase for gold if you happen to run into an armor smith or a shop that sells any armor upgrades. So that's the one to prioritize here. But you can also get damage to maximum, though it's a lot more rare. Now, health is extremely uncommon. I've never gotten a single character to plus 3 HP, ever, in all the times that I've tried to play this game. So that's not one that I would recommend going for in trying to unlock this achievement, but it's something to try in other situations when you're not specifically trying to rush to get the I Have the Power achievement. So, the best bet is to go to Extra Dimensional Menace, since that gives you the best rewards, and to choose Casual difficulty, since that's now an option, because that also increases the potency of your rewards. So you're going to get more gold, and you're actually more likely to get stat boosts after you complete certain dice roll challenges and other things in nodes. So, the thing is, we start with a sharpening stone at the beginning of an adventure here whenever we do casual difficulty, and so this is going to be very helpful. Now, one thing that's important to remember is that you get a higher price for every single level of a single character stat. So, when I come up to this weaponsmith here that happens to be on the map, it's going to cost me 100 gold to increase Azra's damage the first time, then 200 gold to increase her damage the second time, and finally 300 for the third time, which is a total of 600. Now, what I could do is use the sharpening stone on her right away, and that will increase her damage to the next level. And so what will happen is, to increase her damage to the second and third level, I'll have to only spend the 200 and 300 gold. So I'm saving 100 gold from that. However, what I could do instead is not use this item until I get all the way to this point, and then spend the first 100 gold on the first level, then the 200 gold on the second level, and then I can use the sharpening stone and save 300 gold by getting to the third level right away, since gold doesn't really matter when using the sharpening stone. It's only if you do it in the other way around. Now, something that could happen here is you load up the map and you don't see any weapon or armor smith here at all. So all you have to do is just exit to the atlas and then forfeit the adventure or leave the adventure and then start again with casual difficulty on. And you just have to check to see if you get a better loadout. So what I get instead here is an armor smith. Now, if you were refusing to play on casual difficulty for whatever reason, armor is definitely one to go to instead. Damage is just a lot less realistic. You can get a weaponsmith all the way at the very end of the map and still possibly not have enough gold or just not get lucky enough with other items throughout the adventure to get to that point. Now, luckily for me, there happens to also be an armor smith here very close to the boss. And so it's really handy in case I get unlucky and lose armor for whatever character I'm trying to max out, because then I can just repurchase it here right before the boss. So there's way less chances of me on the way to the final boss of losing that armor that I just got. Alright, so I cut ahead to a different run because I wanted to showcase something that you can do with the weaponsmith here that I was talking about earlier, which is to buy your first 2 levels right away. So I'm going to buy the Azra level 1 for her damage upgrade, and then with my remaining gold, I'm going to get the level 2 upgrade, and now, using this sharpening stone here, I can put it on Azra, and now if I re-enter this, it shows that Azra is at max level for her damage output. So, as you can see here, her attack damage is 8, and she does 4 damage per shot with Onyx arrows, which is pretty good. So, I just wanted to show that you can get that right away if you happen to get enough gold and enough luck with what you're doing, but I don't get the achievement until I make it all the way to the boss, so it's still important for me to do that. So I just wanted to showcase how nice it is to have this plus 3 damage on Azra, and it's all thanks to casual difficulty. You see, she's at level 3 now, and she has Keen Focus to boost her damage, which means that Onyx arrows deal 6 damage each, or a total of 18 damage for this single ability here. So this is extremely powerful. On top of that, Shiv does 18 damage total, so I can just come up here and then backstab this guy, and there we go. 18 damage in a single attack from Azra, because she has herself fully upgraded and fully maxed out in her attack stat. So this is a really satisfying achievement to try to earn, and I can't wait to showcase how strong she's going to be against the boss. Alright, I'm cutting ahead just one more time before the boss because I wanted to showcase how much damage I can deal with Onyx arrows. So let me just do 18 total damage to this Demon Lord. That's always nice to see. Yeah, that's really beautiful to see. Yeah, so I'm unfortunately not going to get to use that against the boss, but it's still going to be really satisfying to use Azra's Shiv attack against the boss, so that's what I'm looking forward to the most. Anyways, the boss is coming up next. Alright, so that's enough messing around before the boss fight. Now it's time to actually engage with Irisa. So, one thing that you should do with this boss fight is hold the button on the upper left, this heart here, because it's going to show the health bar of the boss right before she teleports. So now I know that this one right here is the one that I'm looking for. So something that I want to do right away is move my units into a position where I can keep them safe from all the damage that the boss can deal. So what I mean is I'm going to move the Dark Knight over here, and then I'll attack... I'll attack this one right here. This blob, I mean. And I'm going to move Azra all the way to this corner over here and just keep her here so she can benefit from Keen Focus, because I definitely want to get a stronger Shiv. Now, since I know which one is the boss, I'm just going to move this Arcane Wizard a little bit further back and then attack this one with Disintegrate. And now, the reason why I was trying to separate all of my units earlier is because when the boss teleports in, you see she's going to try to damage as many of my units as possible. And so I wanted to keep them separate so that way the Arcane Wizard wouldn't get hit. So unfortunately, Azra's going to take a little bit of damage from me executing this attack, but that's just how it goes. So now the boss is going to teleport in, and it's going to be perfectly feasible for me to hit the boss with Azra's Shiv attack, so that's what I'm going to do. The Dark Knight here, I'm also going to make it really easy for myself because I'm just going to use Soul Strike on this to get him some healing. Now, unfortunately, Azra's actually not even in range to attack the boss with Shiv just yet, so instead, I'm just going to have to move her over and shoot the boss with a regular attack, which still deals a ton of damage. That's 12 damage total, so that's always nice to see. Now, unfortunately, the Arcane Wizard is dead. There's nothing I can do about that, but that's just how it goes. She's taking advantage of the fact that he was stunned there by teleporting onto him and also spawning a tentacle there. But he already did his part. He already dealt a huge amount of damage with Disintegrate and helped us get out of that first phase right away. And it's going to be easy enough for me to finish off this boss. So here she goes, exploding on him. Oh well. Survival of the fittest, right? This game must just really hate the Arcane Wizard, because this isn't the first time that he's been killed right away. Like, the game is speedrunning killing him. So, because the boss is going to start her next phase after she gets attacked again, I'm just going to keep Azra, so that way she gets Keen Focus yet again, and I'm going to shoot this boss right here with the Ranger, and now, when the next phase begins, which I'm going to skip ahead to, I still get the turn to move the Ranger, and so now it's my choice. Do I want him to be in range to get hit by the big tentacle, or do I want him to get in range of being hit by this one? And so I'm going to take my chances with that lesser tentacle there. So unfortunately, Azra is still not in range to attack the boss, but I really want to land that satisfying Shiv attack, so I'm just going to wait an extra turn to get there. I mean, this boss fight is going smoothly enough that I don't have to worry too much about it. I got as unlucky as possible with that tentacle, because of course it did the maximum amount of damage. So let me just move the Dark Knight down a little bit and attack this blob. The big tentacle is going to destroy the other blob. Now, for Azra, the best course of action would be to prepare for the boss spawning with your back facing to either side. So I'm just going to try to get as close to the boss as possible. So I'm just going to keep myself right here. Oops, I didn't mean to touch that. Oh, it's the stupid Apple Arcade button. Yeah, no one cares about Apple Arcade. So let me destroy this tentacle so that way the ranger has a safe spot to be in, and then just keep him here. So here we go. Now we can proceed to the next turn. If it was up to me, I would have finished off the boss in the very first turn, so that way I can have killed her as speedily as possible, because all these animations are so long. I've already complained about it before, but it's really annoying watching all of these play out. Well, it's not really annoying. I can live with these long animations, but it's kind of overkill is all, especially when you know that the boss is going to get one-shotted right away. I mean, look at this. I'm going to I'm just going to keep the Dark Knight over here, and then I can just right away stab the boss with a shiv, and boom, there we go, 18 damage dealt. Nice and easy. And then I can use the ranger to destroy this blob over here, and then move him back a little bit, and now the Dark Knight's going to be able to finish off the boss with his final hit here, because the blob got destroyed by the big tentacle. So now there's a perfect opening for him to move up and then land whatever attack I want to land on the boss, which is probably going to be Soul Strike, just so I can be as dramatic as possible. So that's what I'm going to do as soon as the boss finishes up with all of these. So here we go, all the tentacles, all the eyes, here comes the blobs. Actually, the blobs might get in the way. Oh, nope, they didn't. Okay, perfect. I realized that they could have gotten in the way of the Dark Knight, but that didn't happen. Actually, if I wanted to, something that I could do is just wait for Shiv to recharge again, and then stab the boss yet again, but I'm not going to waste that much time. The point is to just kill the boss and get out of here, because that's what we want to do for the achievement. That's also why I recommended going for armor instead, because it's the easiest thing to do, but I'm showcasing me doing it with damage instead, because it is still possible. As you saw there, I was able to get enough gold because of casual difficulty to already get a level 2 damage upgrade for a single unit, and because of the sharpening stone I could get there right away. But again, that's only because of casual difficulty. If you want to be a purist / elitist and do things on normal difficulty, then you're going to be restarting a lot to try to get the damage boost, and even more if you're trying to get a health boost. So definitely prioritize armor if you can, because with achievement hunting, there's not any additional rule besides just the requirements of the achievement. So don't feel pressured to be that pure with your gameplay. So I hope that was satisfying to see. Thanks to casual difficulty, it's actually possible to do a lot more satisfying things, since it's so easy to build up stronger units. And so I'm hoping to showcase stuff like that in the future. Until then, have a good day, everybody.